Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? All right, we'd like to welcome everyone to our council meeting tonight. We call the roll, please.
Bachman.
Here.
Henning.
Here.
Gorman.
Here.
Merkel.
Here.
Kelly. Here. Lieberman.
Here.
And Stevens.
Here. And the first thing on our agenda is the clerk's report.
You have before you the council meeting minutes of March 2nd, 2023.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion to approve as written by Mr. Gorman, second by Ms. Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, let the record show that passes unanimously. Old business, looks like we have two ordinances tonight. Will you read the first ordinance?
Ordinance O-02-2304, an ordinance approving construction of street lighting improvements in and to adopt assessments for annual lighting charges upon lots located within Hunter's Path, Section 1, in the city of Clayton, Ohio.
Is there any questions or comments on this?
Nope. I'll move for approval. Second.
Motion to approve the ordinance as written by Mr. Henning, second by Mr. Gorman. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, let the record show that passed unanimously. Will you read the second ordinance, please?
Ordinance O-02-2305, an ordinance approving amendments to the city's Personnel Practices Manual at Article 3, Section K, probation, and Article 6, adding subsection Q thereto, military leave of absence policy.
With this
Sir.
being the second reading, I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion to approve as written by Mr. Henning, second by Ms. Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, let the record show that also passed unanimously. And looks like we have four resolutions under new business. Will you read the first, please?
Resolution R-03-2328, a resolution authorizing the city of Clayton, Ohio, to participate in new national opioid settlements with Teva, Allergan, CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart, and further authorizing the city manager on behalf of the city of Clayton, Ohio, to execute and deliver settlement participation forms, and further authorizing the city manager to execute necessary documentation for participation in said opioid settlements.
Anything on that?
Yeah, so basically, as you may recall, I believe it was last year, the city authorized the city to participate in a national settlement with the distributors such as Johnson & Johnson, McKesson, et cetera. And that was, there was a One Ohio Memorandum of Understanding in order to process those payments that the city entered into. This is similar to that in that this is another national opioid settlement instead of the distributors. This time it is with the pharmacies, Walgreens, CVS, et cetera. This will be distributed via the Ohio Memorandum of Understanding that was previously authorized by the city. I did speak to an attorney at the OAG's office and indicated that similar to that previous settlement, the higher the participation, the higher the payout. So they are, and I am basically recommending that we authorize the city manager to enter into this settlement with the pharmacies.
When we receive money like that, does it go to the general fund or is it specific?
There has to be a specific fund set up for this, which Kevin has done, and pursuant to that Ohio Memorandum of Understanding, you have to use it for specific opioid remediation expenses.
Okay. I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion to approve as written by Mr. Gorman, second by Mr. Merkel. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, let the record show that was unanimous. And will you read the second resolution, please?
Resolution R-03-2329. Resolution
Did we have any participants from the public at the workshops?
We had two today. So at the noon meeting, we had 3 residents and then 2 council members, so 5 residents total. And then this evening, we had 4 residents show up. One was someone who showed up earlier in the day. She wanted to come back and hear it again. And then we had Greg attended this evening as well. But the questions were good. I think once everyone kind of understood what was happening, everybody was on board. They did ask that we hold more informational meetings, and I talked to Phil, who was a representative that was here. He's happy to do that for us, so we can get those scheduled, and we'll get information out to residents about that.
I'll move for approval then.
Second.
Motion to approve as written by Mr. Henning, second by Ms. Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, let the record show that was unanimous. Will you read the third resolution, please?
Resolution R 03-2330, a resolution approving a master equity lease agreement with Enterprise FM Trust by Enterprise Fleet Management, Inc. for the lease and purchase of vehicles for use by the city of Clayton, Ohio.
Is there any discussion or questions or comments on this?
I have one. I am supportive of it because I thought the presentation was informative. I think as, like it says in the notes, help save on cash flow. I know that my only concern is when the gentleman was here, he was stating like a Nissan car was widely available, like things that we don't necessarily use. So I just would say, like, I know that you will continue to use vehicles that we already have, so we don't have to swap out all the extra add-ons like the police needs. But I know, like Chief Garver stated for fire, the 4x4 pickup trucks are more popular now than others for chiefs and fire leadership. So I think it will help with that, them getting a better price on a vehicle. And then being able to switch it out as needed. So I thank you for the research and work that you did on this, and I have nothing else.
Yeah, I thought the presentation was very interesting, particularly since the police cars only drive 6,000 miles a year, this guy told us. That was something, I didn't realize that before, but I'll make a motion to approve the resolution.
Second.
Motion to approve as written by Mr. Gorman, second by Mr. Bachman. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, let the record show that was unanimous. And will you read the fourth and final resolution, please?
Resolution R 03-2331, a resolution approving amendment of 2023 appropriations and estimated resources.
Mr. Schweitzer?
Evening. I think it was last month, our fuel supplier had a little error where they put diesel into our gas tanks and gas into our diesel tanks. And unfortunately, no one knew, so the police officers are 24/7 filled up vehicles and drove those. We had, the engine was filled up, I think, with diesel, thought it was diesel. So we had some issues when the cars started not running. We figured out what the issue was. So we did contact the fuel supplier. They did come out, drain the tanks, gave us new fuel in the proper tanks. But we did incur costs from like Engwood truck coming out and draining tanks on the diesel engines. And then we had some repairs done at SuperTech and in here to get the new fuel filters and spark plugs changed on the police cruisers. So all those costs, the supplier is paying for that. So we didn't incur those expenses. We did get a check. We do have 2 or 3 more invoices outstanding that we sent them to get reimbursed. So we did increase our estimated resources and our appropriations to put those back into the funds.
Did we lose any vehicles totally, Kevin?
No.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion to approve as written by Mr. Gorman, second by Mr. Bachman. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, let the record show that was unanimous also. Okay, the next item on our agenda is the city manager's report.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. A few items for you this evening. First, just a reminder, we have our Easter egg hunt at Meadowbrook at Clayton, Saturday, April 1st at 9:30 a.m. sharp. It goes quick, so be sure to be here early. And I think that we are the first Easter egg hunt of the day. So there are a couple after us, but we're number one. So, and then we have Park Cleanup Day, Saturday, April 29th, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at all of the parks. And I'll defer to our Park and Rec Director here, and I'll let him talk more about that if he wants to. We have available positions on our Park Advisory Board. There are 2 open seats. Applications are being accepted through March 20th. I will do my best to get those to you by April 6th, so you can take a look at them and then bring legislation on April 20th to have someone appointed or have persons appointed to that board. Just a ward study update. We've been working with one of the professors at the University of Dayton to do that ward study. He said that he should have it done by the end of the month, so we can get that to council. I am not anticipating any large shifts. There hasn't been any large population shifts since the last time we had it done. Charter Commission update as well. I did receive from the chair of the Charter Commission's recommendations. I've sent that out to the entire Charter Commission group for them to take a look at. So hopefully I can have those items out to you again by April 6th, so council can begin to look at that, and we can schedule a work session if you want to and have Charter Commission come in and discuss, or you guys can discuss on your own. Salary Commission, they met as well. We've been busy. Salary Commission met as well, and they did make a recommendation, or at least have their notes and made a recommendation. So I will get that to you again by the April 6th meeting. Elaine will be here because she's the one that headed staff, Salary Commission, to have that discussion with council, and council can decide what you want to do. And then also, I would like to request for the April 6th meeting, since Elaine is going to be in attendance, to do our Meadowbrook update. We'll have it under our belt for a year. So if everyone is fine with that, I can get that scheduled for 6:30 p.m. on April 6th to do a Meadowbrook update. And then just a reminder that CCA is still here providing tax assistance. The next dates are Monday, March 27th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then again on Wednesday, April 12th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And you just want to give Eric with CCA a call, Eric Hine, a call to schedule an appointment. His number is 216-857-3174. And that information can be found on our website. And then we do have the summer schedule, if you want to discuss that now, or we can just keep pushing that back if you'd like. But for 2022, council opted to cancel the first meeting in June and July. For 2023, the meetings fall on June 1st and July 6th. And the city charter states that council needs to hold one meeting a month. So if you do decide to do that, it's perfectly acceptable, and we can always schedule a meeting should we need to if something comes up that's pressing and can't wait until the next month. And then finally, I know that there has been some discussion about revenue sources for the city and whether or not council would want to do a levy. It is coming up on the time that we would need to get it on the ballot. We'd have to have everything, legislation completed by August to get it on the November ballot. So if that's something we're going to do, it's a conversation that we need to have in earnest and rather quickly.
Would be in favor of at least, I don't know, I'm not speaking for all council, but I think with the first meeting in July being July 6th, I think us not having that seems appropriate, the week of the 4th, and it gives staff, if we give them enough notice, it gives them time to plan a vacation. So I'm not opposed to them both being canceled, but I'd at least like staff to know about July.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with both. Is everyone else
We just
okay
need a
with
voice
that?
vote if you want to cancel those two meetings.
You want a voice vote? You want a motion? I'd approve canceling the first meeting of June and the first meeting of July per Amanda's recommendation. And if we need a second meeting, I know that she'll let us know about it.
Second.
Okay, motion to approve the summer schedule as indicated here by Mr. Henning, second by Ms. Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call or just that good? All right. All opposed? That one, okay. So we'll cancel those two meetings.
On the issue of the levy or that we're doing or not doing. On that. That's to get on the ballot,
Yes,
it would be on the 10th.
to get on the ballot, yes.
Same day you have to have yours in, Dennis.
Yeah, I know. Should we do a workshop on that? I hate to ask for a workshop, but should we?
I think that that's probably wise to do that. You know, I know that council has just agreed to schedule a work session on Meadowbrook on April 6th. I mean, if we want to tack on one for April 20th to discuss options. Oh, you won't be here. Well, we can push the Meadowbrook update back then if you'd like to do that instead on April 6th. We could have it in May.
Do you think that's too late?
I think that's too late. I think it's something we need to discuss
Yeah, I think
sooner
it's
rather than
earlier the
later.
better, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll schedule that for April 6th, and then we'll discuss the Meadowbrook issue after that. We'll find a date. That we can do in May.
We may have an indication of another levy that's on the ballot in May, so.
Absolutely.
At our workshop, can we have what the options are?
Yes.
So that, we can go over each one and make an informed decision.
August 9th is the date.
Anything else?
That's all I have for you
Any
this evening.
questions or comments for Amanda? Okay. Well, thank you. You have been busy. And so our next item is our visitors' comments. We have a visitor.
The reason for the cleaning of the parks, what we do is we go in and we pick up the logs, limbs, trash, anything, always put it on top of the, used to be the basketball court, but now we're gonna put it on the thing. The reason we do that is to help Randy's people cut grass quicker, and they don't tear the lawnmowers up. And we ask for volunteers, and we'll have black bags, we'll have gloves, we'll have some sticks to pick up trash with, and anybody'd like to come out and help, we're all for you. We're gonna do all 3 parks. I've usually put 2 of the park's people in one park, 2 in each one of them, to supervise, and then we ask for volunteers to help.
Have you
But
reached out to the students yet?
Not yet. We haven't done that. Jack will do that with us coming up. But the idea of it is to keep all that cut done so those guys can get in there and cut that lawns down quicker and be more efficient. But,
How about the scouts? Have we checked with any of them? The scouts, Boy Scouts?
No, we haven't started really thinking about it. And then also, I was approached for Meadowbrook to try to have a wine tasting and a dance afterwards. And I'm working on that. I'll start working on it. I got a clock show I got to get out first, but I'll start working on that and try to have it midsummer. Yeah, well, if I do it, I'll bring the cheese and I'll have everybody else make the guy bring the wine and stuff.
Which park are you gonna have it in, do you know, Earl?
We're gonna have it at Meadowbrook. We'll have that at Meadowbrook. But I'm thinking four wines and 5 cheeses, and but there'll be a cost. I can just look at it and I know it's gonna be a cost. It won't be a free one. But the dance afterwards, I talked to Willie. The dance afterward is free. So we'll try to make it as how should I say, as perfect as we can and as nice as we can. So when I set it up, it'll be that way. So, thank you.
I didn't know they have 4 different kinds of box wine.
Yes. Well, I don't know if he's going to bring Boone's Farm or MD 2020. That's 2. Then there's another one that's real cheap. But it'll be all real classy wines. And if I can work it out, I might put a dinner with it. I've done that for the band parents. We had one. We roasted Dick Cool, and that was quite a deal. I had a couple guys traded cars in the parking lot that couldn't even stand up to see their cars, but they had fun. But anyhow, I'll make it classy. So, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Mayor, excuse me, I would like to ask Amanda, not a question, but we had an email on the fire department's receiving an award. I think that's worthy of mentioning at the meeting here this evening.
That's a very good point, yes. So the Ohio County, or City County Managers Association awarded the Inglewood Clayton Union Collaborative the Intergovernmental Cooperation Award.
Well, that's definitely been a success.
And they all go to receive it on March 29th? Do they go to Columbus, or?
I think that might be the day, they do go to Columbus to receive it. I can't remember exactly. I know it's one of the days that we have council. I think it's, so, I won't be there, but yeah, they can go up and receive it that evening.
Your name's not on the list. You must not have been invited.
I wasn't invited.
Anything else for the city manager? Okay, well, thank you. So we're almost done. Council comments? Mr. Lieberman, we'll start with you.
Well, I don't have a whole lot. Tim, I notice you're dressed in green tie this evening.
A few hours away, Dennis.
Yeah, that's it. Going to mention that in case you thought today was the 17th. But happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. And tomorrow, my staff and I are going to be toasting to Pat Flanagan because he always used to enjoy this. But happy St. Patrick's Day, and you should know, Tim, that I actually picked Marquette to get past the first night tonight.
Thank you. I hope they're 3 weeks from now, Dennis, and then we'll talk again.
I can only tell you, I also picked Arizona, and they didn't make it. So my picks aren't very good.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Kelly?
Nothing to add.
Nothing? Greg?
I will pass this evening.
Tim?
I would like to wish everyone a safe and happy St. Patrick's Day and a good weekend. And let's see, we'll be here before Easter, won't we? Yes, we will be.
Mr. Henning?
Also, wanted to add congratulations to the Fire Collaborative for their work. I think it was to be recognized from around the state really makes our community shine. So excited to see pictures from that event when they go there, and then I know that we'll share that. And then also just wanted to say to the students with the upcoming spring break, have a safe time, be smart, be responsible, and enjoy your week off school.
Mr. Bachman?
Just echoing what was said about the award for the Fire Collaborative. Like I've said, it's nothing but positives about that. And I'd mentioned to the chief a few meetings ago. I remember, saying to him, never going to ask you, what's a life cost here, and he'll never do that. But you look at how things are, it's like, well, we're actually saving money, and it's actually improving things. So, kind of interesting to look at that. But other than that, I'll echo what some others said here. Happy St. Patrick's Day weekend, and that's all.
Thank you, sir. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Be safe. Tomorrow there's going to be, a lot of celebrations going on. So are you working, Brendan, tomorrow? Be careful. I also want to just mention a couple things on the students. We had some things happen this past week, I think, that were notable. Number one, our own Lily went to the state wrestling as an alternate. Didn't get to wrestle, but I think it's quite an accomplishment. Also, Northmont had a wrestler who placed second. That's really notable. Also, Lacey Nick. And also, our DECA folks really did well. And there's quite a few, I think 11 going to the Nationals, I think it is. So I thought that was really good. So congratulations to all those folks. Other than that, like I said, just be careful tomorrow if you're out. Have a great day, and that's it.
I'll move for adjournment.
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Mr. Gorman, second by Mr. Bachman. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, thank you.